Today we're checking out the SwitchBot Curtain Rod 3. A few years ago I tried out the first generation and they've now made a bunch of improvements. So they sent this kit to me to test them all out. So we have two SwitchBot Rod 3s as well as two solar panels that you can attach to it and a remote. Now one cool thing about these is they can work just with Bluetooth from the app, or you can get the SwitchBot Hub 2 and pair them over Matter so they can work with Apple HomeKit, Google Assistant, as well as Amazon Alexa. Let's go ahead, get this unboxed, show you how to get it set up. Should only take 30 seconds or so. So here on the front of the packaging, you can see right here, it is connected to a curtain rod. Now this will work with a rod as well as U-rail or I-rail. So this will work about 98% of the curtain rods that are out there. Now over here on the side, you can see that it has a few new features. One is quiet drift mode. So previously they were a little bit loud when they were operating about 52 decibels. So with the quiet drift mode, it's less than or equal to 25 decibels with a performance mode that's about 42 decibels. So it's great to see some improvement there. Then we have upgraded force. So before, these could only push about 5 kilograms, or I think that's like 11 pounds. But now it goes up to 15 kilograms of a curtain that it can push. That would be 36 pounds, pretty heavy curtain that you would need to push. So it's great to see that as well. Then some other basic features. This will install in 30 seconds. We can set a schedule and touch and go. I mean, you can just pull it and then it will start the operation. You don't need to use voice assistance or the remote or anything. You could just use that option as well. On the other side here, you can see that we're going to download the app, install it, calibrate, and then here it is compatible with curtain rods a diameter of 15 to 40 millimeters or 47 to 125 millimeters of the circumference. Let's get this opened up. So here we have the Rod 3, pretty nice new slim tall design. And here we have the attachment for the curtain rod. So all you'll have to do is lock these onto your curtain rod, snap this into the middle there, just like that. And then it's pretty much installed. Now these top brackets is how this works, is they extend. So when I pull this, you can see it comes out and it's really tight. And so that's going to have a firm grip on your curtain rod so that it can then roll back and forth. So that's really quick to get installed. And then it comes with the necessary manual that you'll need to learn about all of this. Now, one thing that this has is a rod stopper. So if there is a certain part of your rod that keeps slipping between the bracket that is connecting it to the wall, you would put this on so that then that rod can't slip and then it will stop when it needs to. So I think that's great that they have this little addition. Next, we have the USB-C cable that you can charge it up. Now, when these are fully charged, they could last up to 8 months of being open and closed daily, but we'll get it to the solar panel in just a bit. Then in here, you have a little pin to reset it if you need to, and then it comes with these clips. So if you have a curtain rod that doesn't have rings on it, you could put these clips and then it would help slide the curtain rod. So this is a little stopper here that's going to help it slide. I used to have one of those, but we cut those off to add rings. So can't really show that to you today. Then we have this little bead system. So on my curtains that we're using today, we do have rings that are inside the curtain. And as what I can do is I can use this to clip those so that it is able to have a more firm pull on them when they're opening them. And then it's able to easily slide them when they close. So you may need this or you may not, but that looks like plenty of length for one of these curtain rods. Okay, great. That is the Rod 3. Now let's go ahead and check out the solar panel. Now I really like the design of this. Here you can see you got the solar panel, but then you have this extension cable. So sometimes if you put your curtain rod higher than your window, if you put this on the back of the curtain rod, it wouldn't get any sun. But now you can extend it below so that you would have plenty of sun for the solar panel. You may just have to close your curtains during the day to get it charged up. So there it comes with a user manual. That is a nice looking solar panel, and there you have the extension. So here it's showing that if we squeeze this, then we can extend it up. So there we have a very long extension. We would just plug this in the bottom. It locks into place like that. And then this would be facing the window. So you just need to put it in however that's oriented on your window. And then whenever it moves over in front of the sun, it's going to be charging it up. And then when it moves away, it would not charge, but this will be behind the curtain, so you won't even see this anyway. So that's really cool. And at the top of the solar panel, you do have a light sensor there, so you'll be able to interact with that in the app and adjust the curtains based on that. And then down here you have a clip to clip it in with that USB-C. So it's nice that you have some control of how this is operating. You can adjust it to a different angle if you need to. So if instead of having it flat, you can adjust it so there is a little crookedness there so the sun hits it optimally. And then last we have the SwitchBot remote, but we'll check that out once we get these installed. So let's head to the curtain and install them. So here we have our curtain rod. Ignore the unfinished part of the window. We'll see if this works. So here, all we need to do is rest our brackets on. And then we're going to take this with the SwitchBot logo out. Hold those down and snap it into place. Boom. Installed. But I need to put it behind this so you can't see it. I'm just going to show you what it looks like up there. And then here with the solar panel, we're going to have the solar panel facing the window and clip it into the bottom. There you go, installed. And when it's fully installed, you can't even see it. Let's do the other one. All right. Got to take off the old model first. Now, you can also put it this way where it's not hanging all the way down, so that works great as well. So now in the SwitchBot app, I'm just going to add a new device. So there, I just held down the button for about 10 seconds on the bot, and now in the SwitchBot app, I'm going to go to Add New Device, and here we have Curtain. So there it says hold down for 2 seconds until the white light flashes. All right, it has now connected to the device. So here it's asking how we want to open this. So do we want to open it from one side, or do we want to open it from the middle, and where we're using 2 SwitchBot curtains. So we're going to open from the middle. And now on the second one, we're going to hold down the button as well. And there it found that, no problem. It's now grouping them together so they're a part of the same curtain. And here we're going to name this Family Room Curtain. Add a room, family room. And then it's asking what type of rod we're using these on. So here we are on a rod. And here it gives you an option to watch a tutorial on how to do that, but we have already completed that step. Now we're going to do the calibration. So you have 2 options. You can do smart calibration or custom calibration. And here we're going to do custom calibration just because I don't know what the smart option is going to do when it's kind of sliding everywhere. I may need to put those brackets on the end to get it from sliding. And here it's saying make sure that the SwitchBot logo is facing inwards so you can see it on the inside, which we have done. And here right at the back there is a light, so it's asking which one is flashing, and this is the right. All right, so now it's asking us to install the magnet. I'm going to go ahead and try it without it, see what happens, and then we'll see how that fixes it. So I'm going to say skip magnet detection. The positioning magnet will help close your curtain tightly if your curtain track is too slippery to run on. Are you sure you want to skip? Yes, I'm sure. All right, so now we're going to determine the fully open position. So I hit right and pause. That looks great. And let's try auto calibrate, and now it's going to close. Close. Next we're going to do the left side fully open. And let's auto calibrate to close. I can already tell these are much quieter than the old version. Perfect. And there's way less slipping going on. All right, we are now finished. So let's go ahead and check out the curtains in here. So here we have the family room curtain. It's currently closed. We can then open it. Yeah. And this side takes longer because my rod has the center right here, and if I try and go over that kind of change, it will push the rod more open. So that's kind of why one is going more than the other. That just depends on the curtains you have. Now let's go ahead and close. And then here I can choose exactly how open I want the curtain to be right there on that spot. So under the curtain, if we go under more, it's now telling us that a hub has been found. You can turn on cloud services for this device to experience more features, for example, scenes and third-party services. So let's go ahead and get that set up. So we're just gonna go in there, turn on cloud services, and we're gonna connect it to the SwitchBot Hub 2. So now it's connected and it can work in our other platforms. I'll show you how to connect it to Matter in just a moment. One other neat feature you have here in the app is it's showing the current state of the curtains. So right now it's showing that they are fully closed. I can then just simply open one a little bit to the right, and you can see it's opening there to the right. I can open the left, and it's going to open those on the left, and then I can fully open them. If I turn on sync control, it's then going to open both of them at the same time, and I can open them all the way up. Here we have an action to fully open or close the shades, and here you have the option to turn off quiet drift. Let's go ahead, turn it off, and see how that works. So let's go open. So there you can see much faster and only slightly louder. And up here at the top, you will notice that there is a little sun with the battery indicating that it is connected over solar power. Right now they are full battery, so I'll need to leave a comment down below letting you know how this goes over the next month or so when these are in operation. I'll leave any details down there in the comments. Then we have the option to add a schedule, so if you just want them to automatically open and close every day, you can come in here, turn on all of those settings. Then you have the auto charging. So auto charging. During the set time period, SwitchBot Curtain will automatically move to the charging position you set to charge from solar panel. So that's pretty cool. You can have it automatically close or go to the position where it can reach the solar panels and then charge them up and then move them back. So here it's saying what time do you want that? So we would actually want this in the evening, be just once, or we can have it be every other day or every day or whatever we need there. And then charging position would just be slightly closed, I think is how that's going to work here. Cool, so we have auto charging set, so we should never have to worry about the battery unplugging them and then getting them plugged in. That's really amazing. And then last we have the light sensor. So here it's showing what the light is detecting on the sensor on each side, so the right and the left. Right now I don't have much data because we just got these set up, but it's nice that you have all of those features. So then in the settings, you have some more advanced features. So here we have touch and go. So touch and go, I can just simply, so with touch and go, you just need to pull it and move it about 5 centimeters and then it will trigger the open or close function. So here we grab it, pull it a little bit, then it triggers that so they automatically close. And let's test the automatically open. Right side worked better than the left. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to work. Then you can go in and calibrate it. Next you have the option to pair with the remote. So let's get the remote out and you can use that as the button from across the room to open and close them. So here the remote comes with a little tiny thing that you can mount and place the remote. That's kind of cool. Comes with an extra sticky pad if you need that. But here we have our simple remote. Battery should last a little while, but you can quickly replace the 2450 battery when needed. So I just need to pull the little tab on the battery. Here we're going to pair with remote. And here it says long press both buttons to put them in pairing mode. LED is now flashing, and we're going to call this family room remote and add it into the room. And now we're going to choose what the actions are. So here when we press the bottom button with the indentation, we're going to have it, I'm going to say fully closed. And here with the top button, we're going to do fully open. And now let's go ahead and close it. And pretty quickly, it is able to operate. And you do have the option to find this remote, and there's a little beep on it. But if you don't like that beep, here I can go into the settings and I can turn off the sound and keep the light indicator on. Let's go ahead and push the top button to fully open. And you gotta love when it just works. So now that we've controlled it from the curtain with tap and go, from the remote, let's go ahead and set up with our assistant to control it from there. So on the main page of the app, since I do have the SwitchBot Hub 2, I'm going to tap on the hub, I'm gonna go to settings, and then I'm gonna scroll down and go to Matter Setup. Now, if you haven't connected the SwitchBot Hub 2 over Matter, you can copy the code here and then go to your favorite platform, add a new device, and connect it. But here I'm going to just add a secondary device, and I've already added some certain things, but here I'm going to tap SwitchBot Room Curtain. So now that has been added as a Matter device, and just like that, it showed up in my Google Home app. Now under In Your Home, it's now showing SwitchBot Hub 2. So sometimes it shows the hub, now I can rename it and call it Family Room Curtain. Then I'm going to add it into the room I want it in. And now we can control it from the app or by voice. Hey Google, open Family Room Curtain.
Okay, opening the family room curtain.
And there, from the other room, Google was able to control the curtain. And so that is the SwitchBot Curtain 3. I think these are some really awesome updates. I love how quiet it is. I love how it's able to quickly grab onto the curtain rod, and the setup is so simple. And I love that it was able to quickly calibrate, even with this rod that isn't even fully installed, it was able to work flawlessly. The Matter support now with the SwitchBot Hub 2 makes this so simple to connect it to whatever smart home you are using right now, so it's definitely worth something to check out. If you want to see my updates about how the solar panel charging works and everything, make sure you check out the comments in the description and let me know if you have any further questions. I'll also leave a link down in the description below where you can check these out. I'll leave a code down as well for a 10% discount if you pick that up in the time frame that's available. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.